Hi, my Gemini Collective. I am here today to, oh, I just heard you are moving and shaking. So, yay. To give you your message for November 2025. I hope you enjoy it. Like always, I'm going to start with some astrology and some oracle, then how that astrology is going to affect you specifically. And then we're going to do some tarot. So, I hope you enjoy it. Starting off, we want to talk about this big transit, which will be November 4th. The moon will be in Taurus, and that's important. But what's really important is that Mars moves away from the sign of Scorpio and moves into the sign of Sagittarius. So Simon Scorpio, when the Mars was there, it was kind of like obsessive emotions that triggered and targeted the need to have to change. Now it's kind of like your mind's getting really clean about how you're going to have to move forward. All right. So I am feeling moving and shaking energy from you. So let's find out what that's all about. Like I'm feeling like you're actually getting shit done. Because I just heard I'm over it. We have embodiment. Now unsown from the flesh. That means that right now something has come off of you, right? A most alluring lullaby stills my pain as the skies bleed for my heart and the embodiment I am to claim. So it's kind of like something came out of you. And though something came out of you, this is why I'm feeling moving and shaking. It's kind of like something I just keep feeling like something peeled off of your skin, right? Like I want to say like an energetic attachment, something that just felt like clingy and made you feel dumb. It made you feel like, I don't know, congested. It's all I keep feeling. Um, Now that it's leaving you and you're bleeding out, like purifying yourself from this energy that was attached to you, all of a sudden you start hearing like the winds of change calling on you, and you have this need and clarity as to the direction that you want to move going forward. This feels very poetic, whoever I'm talking to. um and whoever this message is for, like your energy feels very like symbolic. A lot of the things that you say, a lot of things that you embody, a lot of this, the way that you visualize the world, it has to do with like word pictures. You know, when somebody says something and you get all these images in your head and it kind of flows like wind. This is what it feels like. That's number 8. I don't know if that's important to somebody, but they just showed that to me. They mentioned for me to mention the fact that it's a number 8. The next thing that we have is November 5th, which is the next day. And the next day we have the full moon in Taurus. That is clarity of how you're going to have to like anchor down and like push through a situation. The thing that's really interesting about this time is that Venus enters the sign of Scorpio. When Venus enters the sign of Scorpio, this is like obsession energy. And because we have this calling that you're feeling for this like new reality that wants to come into your life, I'm feeling like you're going to be obsessed with whatever role you need to take so that you can manifest this thing into your reality. So it's going to be like I am definitely going to be in I got this mode. Um my ears are also feeling like super sensitive. Oh, I have to yawn. I'm feeling super sensitive in my ears. So that means keep your ears open because you will receive the message that you need to. This can be also like putting the word out about something that you're interested in so that you can make it manifest in your life. That's filling out applications, sending out messages. It doesn't matter what it is for you specifically, but it does seem like um, having people hear what it is that you would like to create and manifest. This is number 7 and it's Isis and it says faith and wisdom. So that is interesting because I feel like that calling, and I have to show you this because the imagery is crazy. Look at how they are. She has one hand, Isis has one hand towards the other one that has the embodiment that is also has a hand out, right? They have the embodiment has a finger pointing out like this, and then Isis has her hand like this. So it kind of feels like Isis is sending you the wisdom, the clarity to see what it is that you're supposed to see, and then you're getting the image of, oh, I'm going to have to talk to this person, oh, I'm going to have to go over here, oh, I have to send this email, oh, I have to do this other thing. It's like you're being driven by spirit. Oh, that gave me chills, you guys. All of a sudden it's really cold. I'm liking that energy. All right. The next thing is the Mercury retrograde. It will be November 9th through the 29th. It starts in Sagittarius. It goes into Scorpio. This energy is really interesting because it doesn't feel, well, those that are in the collective that I'm in, Chiron no longer feels really spooky. It actually feels like a period of holy shit, right? Like you finally figured something out. You finally have that tool that you need to move forward. And because it's in Sagittarius, it's like that mental tool that you're going to need to move forward. And then the emotions, and then it transfers into the emotions and the drive to make it happen for yourself. So it's kind of like opening doors. Um, that's how it feels like for me, for you guys. Okay. So let's find out about this. We start off with the energy of jealousy. And then I heard, jealousy, you want everything that I've got. Go ahead and take it easy. Jealousy, easier to have than have not. This is an older song, but still I'm having that song. So we have jealousy, we have rumors, pettiness. So somebody's definitely going to be acting really sketch in this energy, but I think it's this thing that comes off of you. And this can be like an emotional thing that you have within yourself that comes off of you, right? That because others, let's say, use that emotions against you and you felt like the need to help others because you had that emotional attachment. You felt the need to work towards, with others, even though you really didn't like them because you had that emotional attachment. Now that it's off, you're just kind of like, yeah, why am I doing this? I don't want to anymore. So then you're just moving forward, and then these people are being petty and jealous and talking with rumors and stuff behind your back because they're like, you know, oh, this person's like this and this and this. And the reality is that they're just pissed off that you're not that easy to fool anymore. You're not that easy to persuade. You're not that easy to use anymore. Okay. So I am seeing the energy of jealousy hovering around you around the time of the Mercury retrograde. The next thing that I see is signs. Number 11 is here. Meanings, repeating patterns, and synchronicities are here. Number 11. That's interesting, especially because I kept saying 8. 8 is so important for you, right? I kept saying they told me that to let you know the number is 8. So I think that it's not a number 11 that's synchronicity to you. It feels like 888, right? Um, it just feels like the number 8, 888, 88. When you see that number, it's that synchronous number that wants to come towards you. And then we have yet again the sign of faith, which is wishing, praying, and hoping. I do feel like you're going to be getting a lot of downloads, a lot of clarity, a lot of insight, and you're just going to have to do movements of faith. It's one of those things where you're like, you might be a little anxious or nervous or whatever, because it's going to be outside your normal, like, routine and stuff. But I do feel like it's a movement in faith. It's like jumping because we'll catch you. That's kind of like what your guides are telling you. We're giving you this message for your greatest good, right? And then the last thing I want to look to is the new moon in Scorpio. It will be on the 20th of November. What is so significant of this new moon in Scorpio is the fact that it's the end of a portal. So you guys are going to have to keep in mind what it is that you did October 21st all the way to the 25th. During that period of time, you guys made some decisions. Like, it can be some proclamations where you said, I'm absolutely not going to, or I am going to. It doesn't matter what that proclamation is, but whatever you did during that time, it's this entire time from October 21st all the way to November 20th. It's the culmination of that movement that you started. Okay? So I want to see how that's going to affect you, my Geminis. Definitely there's something with the ears, because I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to yawn. Those are energetic shifts, but mine feel like tunnel. Like when you go on a plane going up. And I usually tell people that when I'm starting to feel that, especially when I have a client right in front of me, that's legit like a shift of dimensions. Like either we're going down or we're going up, but there's a shift of a dimension that's here. The next thing that we're seeing is manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. And do you see the stank? She's holding a skunk. And it's like this period of time from, I want to say, the new moon to the new moon, right? The transition, it's going to stink. It's going to suck. Okay, this is the best way to say it. There are people that are going to reveal. I mean, you got jealous people, right? Being petty as shit around you. Of course, it's going to fucking suck. Um, but you also have to keep in mind that though it sucks, it is a period that you need to find your inner peace, your inner happiness, your movement forward while you're doing this, because legit, you can't do anything about it. You know, it's just the way it has to be. Um, so so it feels like growing pains. Let's see more about this. Is the I'm just letting it wait and stop. This is the astrology for this month. And the first thing that we have is the Eight of Cups. You're definitely walking away from someone, something that offered you a lot, gave you a lot of empty promises. I mean, I'm talking about this person really laid on that cream on that taco, right? Just really laid it on thick. And then you found out that every freaking cup is empty. And you're like, I ain't got time for this. And it feels very Page of Wands energy when I'm seeing the ghost walk away. So it is something that you might be a little unsure about. This is why it's like a walk in faith. That you might be like uncertain if you're doing the right thing or whatever, but it's just a feeling like you got to do this, and that feeling is the one they're asking you to listen to. The second thing is the Star in reverse. You see, the reason why and they're telling you to walk away is because there will not be a wish fulfillment there. And look at, as you're walking away, we have the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins is talking about an energy of then becoming stable in the reality that you want, because you walked away from this false reality. I also am feeling, and that's the second thing that I'm feeling with this energy, this might be a person that was feminine, right? Because of the Queen of Coins. And not everybody has the same storyline. So this might be a person that was feminine and that seemed very grounded and established and had their shit together, that promised all this stuff. And this person did not have what they promised. Look, Tower card. It's it's something that's going to hit this other person, right, that is involved in the situation as a shock, because they're going to be left behind while you're ascending. Do you see the stairs? But the ascension has the 9 wands, 8 wands on it, right? So I feel like you're going to be moving 8 wands, and this person is going to be left miserable with a headache on them because you're going to block them. It does feel like a jelly person, though. And here, 5 of Cups. And then they're going to sit there crying about, oh, I can't believe that you chose another partnership, another commitment, another situation. This can be a relationship thing, like a romantic stuff, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But this can also be like, a job that offered you a whole mess of shit. And then when you're there, it's like a whole mess of problems and no solutions. And you decide to take another job. This can be a friend that's always like, yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. And then when you need them, they're never there. So now you're like, I'm just going to talk to this other person. I'm going to ghost you. Like, I'm over this. I'm not going to keep being this person. And so I am seeing fights, and this is something that I do see really strongly here, because the stinky situation is the 5 of Wands. This person is not going to let you leave easy, right? They're going to try to invest in giving you headaches, but it doesn't matter what they do, because you're going to receive the messages that you're supposed to receive, and you will get your wish fulfillment in this situation, and you will collaborate with other people that are of your same energy. It's like a new home. And so, oh, I just realized that one's so dirty. What happened to my card? So, I guess what I'm telling you is, that's what they're telling you. I know this is a stinky situation, right? I know it's a stinky situation. I know you're not going to really like it. I know that you're thinking to yourself, I don't even know. I thought we were like adults, or I thought situation was different, but obviously I'm going to have to deal with your stupidity for a few more months or whatever until I can get out of the situation. But it's a bad situation that gets better later. It's just go where you're being called to do. Don't fear um, how things are going to turn out, because what it is that they're going to try to fill your head with I can't, like that you can't, that you won't, or whatever, and you're supposed to move on. I hope that helps you.